Gotta go back to Vancouver tomorrow. I gotta fly, which is not fun. I should probably leave right now, actually. I'm really afraid to fly, like legitimately phobic. Anyone else actually like afraid? Am I the only pussy in this room? Well, I got news for you. You're the crazy ones. It's perfectly sensible to be afraid of flying, right? But none of my friends can appreciate. They're just like, first of all, they call it an irrational fear. They're like, oh, Dale, you have an irrational fear of flying. And I'm like, I don't think it's that irrational to be afraid when you're in a metal tube going 400 miles an hour full of explosive jet fuel. And the irrational fear would be like a fear of being gang raped by hummingbirds. That would be a very irrational fear. My fear is very sensible. The only rational way to be on a plane, in my opinion, is to look out the window and go, ah, 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 for 14 hours, right? What's irrational is sitting there eating a bag of pretzels and watching a Ryan Reynolds movie like nothing weird is going on. We're all gonna die. And they give me unsolicited advice all the time. They're just like, Dylan, you should don't think about the planes that crash, think about the planes that land safely. And what am I, Rain Man? Just thinking about planes landing safely all day. Another one landed, another one landed, another one landed. No, they're not making Die Hard movies about planes landing safely, right? I'm focused on the ones that explode. And then they give me stupid advice. What you should do, Dylan, you should buy a ticket at the back of the plane. Because statistically, they looked at all the crashes and the people who survived, 73% of the time were seated at the back of the plane. So if you buy a ticket at the back of the plane, you're 73% more likely to survive a plane crash. And I go, well, if you want to talk statistics, I think you'll find that 100% of the time, when there's a plane crash, 100% of the people who survived that plane crash were 100% not on that plane. Right? I mean, I'm not a mathematician or whatever, but I left my calculator in the glove compartment. And I do it to myself too, because I can't stop watching those airline disaster TV shows. That's the most morbid thing. I can't stop. It's like death porn for me, right? Airline disaster, Mayday. Right? I'll watch 5 hours of Mayday and then go to an airport. Right? And they have that voice, the scary narrator voice. It's always the same. It's like, it was a perfectly normal Thursday morning for Flight 767. Captain Dearman and his crew had no idea they'd be dead in 17 minutes. Right? And so as a result, when I go to the airport, all I can hear is that voice narrating what I'm doing, Dylan Reimer got to the airport 16 hours early, because it's in Toronto. As he perused the magazine rack, he had no idea that copy of Entertainment Weekly would be the final thing he ever looked at. Dylan ate a sausage roll. It cost $18. The sausage roll gave him diarrhea mid-flight. His final humiliation. It's just like, over and over. It's just annoying, It's getting to the point where I kind of want to die in a plane crash. I kind of want it, because at least I can go, I knew it! That would be my last thought. Just to prove all my friends wrong. I told you so, right? Like, I'm plummeting to the earth, strapped to burning metal. I'm trying to take a selfie for Instagram. Like, who's irrational now? I want to send. Oh, it's on airplane mode. And the names of these airlines don't fill me with any faith, I appreciate discount air travel, absolutely. But, do we have to have the goofy names, Flair. Swoop! Swoop is the worst name for a jumbo jet. Swooping is for, pigeons. If you're on a 747 and it's swooping, the captain just had a stroke and everyone's gonna die. No swoop. Tango. Well, my favorite was Jazz. There used to be an airline called Jazz. I don't know what the idea there was, we're the groovy airline. Is jazz really the kind of music you want representing your airborne experience? Jazz, by its nature, doesn't follow any rules! I don't want a jazzy flight. Hey, it's Captain Daddy up front, just hotboxing the cockpit. Gonna start with the traditional takeoff standard and move into some improvisational flight solos. See where we wind up, It's the fasten seatbelt sign he doesn't activate. You know what I mean? I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God, so that makes it even worse, because if the plane goes down, I'm the only one who dies, like everyone else. "Ah, I guess we're going to heaven." I'm like, "I'm not." But I was on the plane, and it hit turbulence, and I was freaking out. And there was a booklet in the pouch in front of my seat, and I thought it had been placed there by the flight crew. But it turns out some sneaky Christians had just planted it on the plane. And so I'm like, gonna die. And I take the book out, the little booklet, and it goes, "Afraid to fly." And I'm like, "Oh, I sure am, booklet." Let's see what sage advice you have for a terrified atheist at 40,000 feet. In the book, I open the book, and it says, "Don't be afraid to fly, because here we fly on wings of faith." Wings of faith? That's horrifying! No, wings of steel, please. Riveted to the fuselage of the aircraft, holding it to the lock safely during transport, Wings of irrefutable scientific fact. Bernoulli's principle of lift, Not a bunch of Bible thumpers at the back of the plane holding hands chanting, "Up, up, up, up! Up and away!" "This is the captain speaking. Pray faster. We're heading for a mountain." "Oh shit!" "Tragedy struck today on Wings of Faith Airlines when it collided with Mount Science."